What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. We're finna break down UFC 291 Poirier versus Gaethje 2 for the BMF. And as always, go down, like, subscribe, make your picks, talk your bets, everything down in the comments. And as always, these are your hosts for the show. I'm Paul Pickle, winner Contra, and I'm always joined with.
You already know, man. But if you didn't mind again, I don't never mind telling you again that it's your boy Kev, Waterboy Savoy, aka the Don Pye, always known as the realest on your screen. And Powell, we about to talk UFC 291. We talking Dustin versus Justin. Oh, this is the baddest motherfucking card of the year. Baddest BMF on the motherfucking line. And before we get into any fights, anything, how do you feel about the BMF title? Question mark.
Uh, I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on it because, like, if the right people fight for it, I enjoy it. If it really is like something like that, but I don't I don't want to see this being a belt that gets defended. I don't want to see this belt holding no fucking weight. I don't want to hear nothing but Dana White's gonna you somehow find I don't know, like do they even get pay-per-view points on this if they become champ if
Oh,
they win? Like this is just imaginary at this point then. But
I
if
think
it gives me fights that will be wars and I enjoy the fights that come with the BMF belt, I think it will grow on me.
oh I respect it. I think this is a pretty good I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I think it's something to do instead of having the title fight when you run long title fights. It was nice. I think it's not that big a deal. And I think it's interesting because I feel like if Justin wins it, it's gonna be like Justin is the same guy that won the interim title and didn't put it around his waist and said, "Nah, I'll just wait for the real one."
Like
So
real
like
gangster he is, I fuck with Jeff.
I doubt that Justin will be running around with the BMF title. But your boy Dustin, on the other hand, I don't know. What do you think he'd do if he won the BMF title?
But he would put that shit in some type of clothing line. He wouldn't wear it because I don't think he's that much of a douche, bro. I don't think he's that bad. But
Deuce.
I could see his ass talking about, bro, don't be calling me out. I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Don't you know? Like he was, I have a feeling that's gonna be if he wins this, that would be put into his vocabulary quite often.
Your
Probably
boy
the
act
go-to comeback on like all press conferences.
I'm crying. He gonna act like he won King of the Ring or something.
Yeah, bro. Like he's gonna act like he's the UFC one winner. Like he just went through a tournament in the same day type shit.
Nah, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it goes either way for me. I think I just hope that you don't run around flexing it too much. But it is always fun to bring it out, and they put the right person, people fighting. It's always cool.
And it
But
can't
now,
go as bad as the first one. They got ended on like a doctor stoppage fucking shit. Like because I think it was the eye poke or some shit.
that wasn't the BMF of them.
Yeah, like this will be the baddest motherfucker award, and this is how we crowning the winner. So it can't be as bad as that, but that's what I'm saying. If you can make up for it and give me a fight of the year candidate and give me maybe another fight of the year candidate if you do it again, it'll grow on me. At that point, it would be not you probably aren't the baddest motherfucker, but like you're making wars happen, and I fuck with it.
Yeah, that shit would go crazy.
Well, I'm gonna crack open this cold one though, and we can start talking the picks here. This shit's stacked. I mean, to the brim. Yeah, Miranda Maverick opening the card and shit, like kind of crazy.
Nah, you got Derek Lewis on the prelims. You got this dude. He literally headlines his last fucking fight.
Yeah, hey, bro, we got some fighters on some losing streaks. So Derek Lewis and Tony Ferguson. we had a bad year for these two, bro. Bad couple
Yeah,
of years.
yeah, top two worst years last year. But what about get my dog Bonfim, my boy Bonfim on the card? You know how you think he's gonna avenge that loss from his brother?
Yeah, this was the Bonfim that everyone was saying is the real Bonfim. Like since day one, like the other Bonfim's good, but this one's great type shit. So I think he definitely should come out with a bang. All right, but shit, we can just jump right into Derek Lewis. First off, on the prelims, I think someone somewhere said like he's had 15 main event slash co-main event fights in his career, and this be only like his fifth prelim fight. So like that boy Derek Lewis, the, definitely doing it right. Just hasn't been winning.
Yeah, he definitely made himself a draw. He definitely leads. I think he has the most knockouts in heavyweight history for sure, but I don't know if it's in all UFC history. Has a lot of fucking knockouts. And he knows that he literally coined the term that BJJ isn't real, just stand up. Like,
No,
that shit is crazy. So Derek Lewis fighting on the prelim showed you might have slipped a little bit, but that just showed you how deep this fucking card is. But before we talk Derek Lewis, that boy Jake Matthews on the low, man. I'm just saying, what is he, 10-6? But I remember watching him fight, so I don't know. I might keep an eye on that fight. But
he
Derek Lewis, who the fuck is Marcos Rogerio de Limpa?
he a legend. He's been fighting for a minute. Fucking, they're both 38, which is kind of crazy because yes, Derek Lewis is old and on decline, but Marcos has been fucking around forever. Like, like for, I was shocked to find out they're both the same age. But let me see. I know, yeah, he's been on a nice little win streak. Like out before 2020, it was like 8-5 or some shit. But since 2020, he's 4-1, and his one loss was a unanimous decision loss to Blachowicz, the goat. But he knocked out, or I think he knocked out, but I know he beat Ben Rothwell. So he has that. Who else he beat? Someone else. Once I gotta pull his profile because I know he had another good win. Oh, Andre Arlovsky, the other like UFC vet. Derek Lewis is the underdog here. This is gonna be the fight that really tells me, is Derek Lewis still around, or is Derek Lewis kind of okay with kind of being bottom tier now? I don't know. Like, is this still Derek Lewis is still gonna show up, and if you're not top 15, top 10 talent, he's gonna blow you away? Because he really has only lost to hitters. Like, even though he's on a losing streak, it is to hitters. So I'm rocking with Derek Lewis, especially as an underdog here. I think he gets it done. We see a nice old vintage KO with my guy.
Yeah, I can root for Derek Lewis. Let's see if lowering the competition, taking the headline out, makes it a fight. But if he gets fucked up and demolished like he's lost his two fights in like what, less than a minute, oh, he's cooked.
Yeah. Well, who knocked him out in under a minute? It was Sergey Pavlovich, who is right
Yeah.
now like 1B in the division to John Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. He got to right his wrongs. Hopefully, I'm gonna be rooting for Derek Lewis. Next fight, the Bonfim brother himself, Gabriel Bonfim, minus 325 going up against Trevin Giles, who is a big underdog, but we can't sleep on him. I'm trying to pull up his record because I know he has he's newer to the UFC. He got knocked out by Trigus Duplexis, who we just see knock out Robert Whitaker. He got knocked out by Morales in the first round, who is not a bad loss, but he has wins over Roman Delazzi, who is seems to be everyone's favorite welterweight right now. He got wins. He's coming off 2 win streak, and he's beat Ryan Spann. He's beaten Antonio Braga Neto. He only thing he sucks at really is his like he can get submitted. Like Gerard Mearshart submitted his ass, who's a great BJJ fighter, but if he gets taken to the mat by Bonfim, who can box, but he's known for his BJJ.
Man, I can't wait to see Bomb from fight because I didn't get to see enough of the Bomb from the last fight. So I want to see what the big dog, this is the big brother or his little
This is
brother?
big brother.
Yeah, I got to see what the big brother talking about.
Boxing's so crisp. Like he's honestly, I think he's one of them real welterweight prospects. Like you got Ian Gary, you got Gabriel Bonfim, Shavkat Rakhmonov. I don't think if we consider a prospect anymore, but like he is super complete, like the real deal package. And I think we see him. Not only is he gonna light him up and hurt him on the feet, I think we see him hurt him on the feet and then hit the mat with him and then just submit him. And it really just showed like complete dominance on both sides.
Hell yeah.
And then one of my favorite fights of the night, that boy Kevin Holland taking on Michael Chiesa. Holland coming off the win against Santiago Ponzinibbio, which we saw live.
No, I would say knockout win in the
Knock,
third round.
knockout win. And then Michael Chiesa, I don't think he's fought in like over a year.
Ooh,
He be in the booth. His ass be in the booth commentating and shit. Yeah, last time we seen him fight was Sean Brady in 2021. Where Sean Brady just fucking mauled him. Just completely wrestled, mauled him. And Michael Chiesa, great BJJ fighter. He's older. You do not want to hit the mat with him unless you're a great offensive wrestler, which Kevin Holland is not. So it should be interesting. Is Kevin Holland going to be able to do it on the feet? Is Michael Chiesa take him to the mat, hit him with some BJJ? Not saying Kevin Holland isn't that good at BJJ. It's just Chiesa, there's levels to it, and Chiesa is the superior on the mat. So that's what made this fight so interesting, and that's why this fight's a pick 'em. Minus 150 plus 125, even though Chiesa hasn't fought in like 2 years.
nah, that's interesting. I mean, Kevin Holland is big mouth, big dog. Can't wait to see him at the weigh-ins talking to shit. I've seen him watch the press conferences, let him see how he feels about the BMF title because I know he wanted to fight Jorge next. But oh man, what if Kevin Holland wins this fight? What happens next? Is he like on the verge of getting the rank?
I think he gets the rank because Pierre, like his last two fights are losses, but it's to Vince Luque in 2021 when Luque was on the like a 12 fight win streak, and his other losses to Sean Brady, who also was undefeated at the time, and then at the peak, two great wrestlers that can take it to the mat. Not wrestlers, but Luque, great BJJ, got the submission, but Chiesa was looking good in that fight. I know it was only one round, but he still looked good early on. So like, I want to say Holland wins, and he's the younger fighter. He's the bigger guy because he used to fight at middleweight. Oh, now he's 20 pounds lighter. But I don't know. I feel weird. I feel like Chiesa really might submit him. I feel like Chiesa is gonna like. I don't know how much Holland's really take because Holland was willing to fight someone JDM and then Chiesa. Like I don't know how much Holland's really respected Chiesa, who hasn't fought in a year and a half, and I think Chiesa could. A lot of people aren't. I think Chiesa could really come out and shock some people here. Still got it.
He could, but I don't know, man. I think that's all a ploy. Kevin Holland said, "I want to be acting. I want to fuck some shit up." So if he came through and did the right training camp for it, he should win this. Maybe not handsomely or convincingly, but he can win a close fight, and then both of their stocks will rise, in my opinion.
I think Holland is gonna look good on the feet. I think Chiesa eventually takes it to the mat, and it's either Holland by decision or Chiesa by sub. But I'm gonna go Chiesa. I think Chiesa gets a submission here. I don't have a lot of underdogs in this card, so I'm rocking with him. Next fight, Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. Last time we saw Bobby Green, it was a no contest due to like the headbutt. But here he is now fighting Tony Ferguson, who is 0-5 in his last five fights. Do you think Tony Ferguson is a massive underdog, plus 300? Do you think Tony Ferguson gets the ship steered back in the right direction? Or do you think Bobby Green, who's a massive favorite, I don't think I've ever seen Bobby Green this big of a favorite, minus 400 against Tony? How do you see
That's
that?
fucking crazy. Because I was about to say this would be the nice week for motherfucking Tony to come back, bounce back. But I think sometimes when you lose it, it's just time to go, man. And that's I think where Tony's stuck at the moment. Because boy, Bobby Green's gonna come through. He's gonna kill him with it. Is he got kickboxing? Or is he a BJJ guy?
Bobby's straight boxing,
Oh, straight boxing.
but
Oh
he's a
my god.
weird boxer. He got his hands to the like he keeps his hands down and he does the shoulder roll. He just be rolling his shoulders to block punches, but he doesn't keep his hands up.
That takes a whole different level of concentration.
Bobby Green was the one that you remember he came in with the 50K, 50 stacks, and he was talking shit about how much money he has, and then he got the no contest, so he didn't get paid for that fight. Jared
Yep.
Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, he's gonna get the payday here. I'm honestly, bro, I got money on Tony Ferguson at plus 320 odds right now. Like he's lost to nothing but the hitters. Like, yes, he lost to Nate Diaz, but he was looking good against Nate Diaz before that. Yes, he lost to Michael Chandler in what arguably could be the hardest front kick ever thrown in human history. But if people don't forget, like the first round, he knocked down Michael Chandler. Like there was a moment where we thought Tony was back. Bobby Green being this big of a favorite is just even if Tony doesn't win, there is no reason Bobby Green should be minus 400 favorite against Tony. Like the caliber of opponents is two different levels, and I got Tony Ferguson money line, and I might do a Derek Lewis Tony Ferguson parlay, two underdogs. Like that's gonna be mad. That's probably gonna be like plus 800, plus 600 odds. Then let's see. So we're both rocking Tony El Cool. Boy, how do I fucking say his nickname? Next fight, Wonder Boy Stephen Thompson is taking on Michelle Pereira, who our boy Knuckles from Bourbon and Bud MMA podcast got the meet at UFC. What was it, UFC Kansas City? But
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
plus 125 underdog to Wonder Boy, minus 150. It's a pick 'em. It's right down the middle right now.
I mean, I'm a Wonder Boy fanatic. That's crazy. The fact that he uses that karate base and he makes it just look so smooth, fast hands, and he knows how to move and not telegraph shit too crazy. Oh man, you gotta fuck with with Wonder Boy. But I feel like you're a Michael Piet ass motherfucker.
I like Michael Pierre, but he's on like a 5-6 fight win streak and all.
Ooh,
Great
okay.
wrestler, like I won't say great wrestler, but good wrestler. Usually the bigger guy gets on top, does some damage. Is okay on the stand up. He's not like he's bad at, on a stand up, but he can box. But he's more of just like a impose his will kind of wrestler kind of guy. I don't know if his wrestling is at the same or like ground game is the same level as Gilbert Burns and Belil Muhammad, who are the only two people to beat Wonder Boy in the last couple of years. Wonder Boy looked like he turned the clock back when he fight Kevin Holland, and I just think his footwork is so good that it makes you take shots from too far out, and then that's when he catches you with the head kicks, the knee. His footwork gets him out of those tricky situations, and unless you're a really good wrestler that can maul him like a Bilal Muhammad did, I don't think you can really take him down with just average to good wrestling. Like he's gotten to the point where his takedown defense is really good, and his footwork helps in that case. I really like Stephen Wonderboy here. Money line minus 150, like it's a pickup. I like him to like take him straight up. You can add him to a parlay even, but I like Wonderboy here a lot.
I like Wonder Boy for sure too, and I like him about the decision in the 3 round fight.
Yeah, I think it's because Pierre can take some shots. So like I'm definitely would ride Wonder Boy decision, but I wouldn't be shocked also if one of them he shoots a little far out, hands down, head kick, and we see some like Wonder Boy highlight reel KO.
That'd be tragic. Head kick dead.
Mm. Then we got the co-main event here. A lot of speculation. Will it be a title fight? Will something be on the line? Sorry to burst some bubbles, but nope. It's just a 3 round fight. Jan Blachowicz, the Polish power, taking Alex Potan Pereira, Brazilian power, as some people are calling him right now. First fight is at the weight class light heavyweight, and he's going up against the former champion. And like they're just throwing him right into the woods. People are not a title fight, but still like the next best thing you could get probably Jan Blachowicz. So this is really a fun fight to pick because you can really dissect it like from both sides. Like I don't know how this fight will go.
I mean, this fight is about to be lit, and I think Jan is gonna try to take Alex down. And I feel like Alex needs to have been working takedown defense since after the last Izzy fight, the first Izzy fight. I don't know what he needs to have been doing, but if he can neutralize those submissions, especially early, since it's only a 3 round fight, oh yeah, he can lay that left hook on him. And then every third round he goes berserk. So if they make it to the third round, Alex might really let them things go for real. I don't know, man.
Some points I want to bring up. I want to hear your opinion on it. First one is this is Polton's first fight at light heavyweight, but half of the battle fighting at middleweight was the weight cut, wasn't it? Like we were seeing him in the fucking
Facts.
tents, like dying and everything. Everyone says you cut that much weight, your chin goes also just because of this side effect of it. So we might see a better chin, but also like I'm not too sure on that. But like we might see him in a more healthy weight. Doesn't have to worry about the weight cut. He can train more. He can work more. But then the other point I'm gonna make is at what is he 38 years old? 36 years old, and the last time we seen him fight, he got knocked out bad. And like your chin doesn't get better with age, and if your chin only gets worse after the first time it gets cracked like that. So like him going from middleweight Israel Adesanya, who he literally knocked him out, he didn't know who he was for a second, type of KO
It
at
was bad.
36 years old, going up a weight class where these people will hit harder, probably not as precise, but if they connect, it will be harder. Those are the 2 points I wanted to bring up. Is the weight cut probably will help him. I think he doesn't have to worry about it as much. But then we got the other side effect of is his chin still going to be valuable, especially at a bigger weight class.
So for me, I asked that question, what has happened in the past? Like you've seen if it wasn't for the fact that he was a two division champ over there in kickboxing, and he was cutting so much weight because even he's gonna end up even still looking big for 205. So I feel like he's coming ready for the test. Now his only thing is defense. Can he stop that? Can he take those punches? Can he move? And can he get the fight done early? Because I got him by pull time by knockout in the second round.
See, this is a 5 round fight. I would lean heavily on Jan because at the fourth and fifth, like he might lose the first 2 rounds type shit, but that like fourth, fifth round, I think he'll have the cardio to still wrestle and dominate those rounds. 3 round fight makes it a lot more interesting. I'm going with Jan here. I got Jan Blachowicz, even at 40 years old, welcoming him into the division. Do I think he knocks him out? No, but I think his shots when they land are going to do a little bit more power. And I just think back on the Megalomed and Kalaya fight. That fight, yes, Megalomed probably should have won 3-2, but it was still a close fight. So we've seen how Jan did against somebody who's a very good tactical striker in Megalomed, but who also has the background of like Sambo, so his takedown defense is a lot better. And Jan still was able to take him down. And even Pierre can get back up. He's working with Glover. Maybe he's working on submission skills off his back. Who knows? I just think this is gonna be a tough first fight at 205. Like it's just, I think if you would have fought somebody else, probably have a better chance. Against Jan, I think he's just gonna be too big, too strong, and we'll eventually see hit the mat, him dominate, him doing damage from the top, or him just landing some hard shots that crack. Doesn't have to be the most pretty punch, but he lands one, I think it'll crack
That overhand right is gonna kill you every time with that left hook.
every time.
So yeah, I got Poatan, man. Poatan's about to fuck some shit up. And then you gotta give him the next title shot against Yuri.
I think it's gonna be Jan, and Jan's gonna throw the monkey wrench and everything.
That's just gonna fuck everything up.
It will. It's gonna fuck a lot up. Then the battle of the ages, the battle of the trailer parks. Dustin versus Justin, Poirier versus Gaethje. This is the rematch for the BMF belt here. I mean, fight of the year when it went down. I don't. It's hard to live up to that first fight, but if it's anything like the first fight, we are fucking in for a war.
I was about to go crazy. I mean, I think the difference between this fight and the last fight is that Justin's gonna come calculated. He's gonna come with a game plan. He's gonna come smooth versus wanting to go out there and fade your ass because he knows. Because I think they both know the winner of this fucking fight is gonna most likely get a title shot, and that's kind of the last chance, last crack, pretty much. Because like, there's a lot of hungry contenders waiting under y'all. So This is gonna be a good test for Justin Gaethje. Can you stay patient? Can you motherfucking just keep using your jab, stay slow? If he's the best boxer in the NFL, then in the UFC, then make me really you don't have to really show me type vibes. I think this is gonna be a fucking slobber knocker, Paul.
Right. So I'm looking at their records right now. Since their last fight was 5 years ago, 2018. Since then, both of them are both 6-2.
Okay.
Both losses for both of them are to Habib and to Oliveira, both champs. Both, I believe, were interim champs. I don't know if Dustin was an interim champ, but I believe he was. But even if he wasn't, no, he was interim champ against because he beat Max Holloway, and then I think he got the interim belt to fight Habib.
Oh
But
yeah.
oh, both interim champs, both 6-2, both. I mean, fight of the night award winners. Both have shown why they're the top of their craft. Literally, Dustin Poirier coming off the submission win against Michael Chandler, where honestly, I think Michael Chandler was winning, but also
Facts.
learned after the fact Michael Chandler was doing some iffy stuff in the in between. So I don't know if it was legal or not.
Also facts.
But he's still, I mean, great fighters always find a way to win, as they say. So even down on the cards, he definitely hurt him in the third round, and then immediately went for the rear naked choke. Justin Gaethje, 3-round war, fight of the year contender, Rafael Fiziev, did enough to win. I think on everyone's card, he did enough to win. He's looked more polished than ever. We even seen him shoot a takedown and land one against Fiziev. We never seen him shoot takedown since his early career. So it was a pick 'em when it first happened. I think it was like minus 140 plus 120. Right now it's minus 150 Poirier plus 125 Gaethje. So it's still the same odds. Ain't nothing changed but the date.
All right, get your picks in now and make sure you got some popcorn ready because you don't want to move for this fight. Dustin versus Justin. It's gonna be a vibe.
Someone was pointing out that, like, okay, with Dustin Poirier, he is the better tactical striker for sure. And whereas Gaethje only probably has 4 or 5 moves, so he's very simple. But even though you call him simple, if all he got's a left hook or overhand right, a left straight, right straight, if his back is to the cage, with Justin, even though his moveset's so simple, if you make one wrong step, one miscalculation, if you zig instead of stagging, he will connect and you are going to sleep. And if you don't go to sleep, you're severely damaged. So, like in the split, even if you know he only do 4 things, if you zig, don't zag, you getting caught, and it's a different fight afterwards.
And it's gonna be emphatic. But I'm telling you, he's coming patient, man. He's gonna let the shots come to him. And then hopefully Dustin gets frustrated. But I got Justin Gaethje all the way, man.
I'm riding Justin Gaethje too, and it's more of like I think Poirier is the better fighter, or at least I thought he was. But now I'm rethinking it. I'm like, how much do I really care about those Conor wins at this point? Like he has, since 2020, he has a win over Dan Hooker. How much do I really care about that win at this point? He has 2 wins over Conor McGregor. How much do I care about wins over Conor McGregor in 2021? Lost to Charles Oliveira. Looked good, but still lost. And then got the win over Michael Chandler in a fight that I still think Michael Chandler was winning. He was a seconds away from winning.
And they got caught.
And Gaethje, I haven't really seen him have a hiccup. I mean, Rafael Fiziev was definitely a fun fight and a war, bloody, a massacre, whatever you want to call it. But Gaethje won. There wasn't I think, no real questions on who won that fight when it was over. Beat the shit out of Michael Chandler. Had a point. I've never seen Michael Chandler scared to throw a punch other than that Gaethje fight. And he's the man that broke Tony Ferguson. Whether or not you want to weigh that now because he's on a 5-fight win streak or losing streak, but at that point it was Tony Ferguson who everyone thought could still beat Habib. So it was a different Tony. So I think it's Gaethje. I don't know. I guess I've been in an underdog mood. I think most of my picks on this whole card, other than Wonder Boy, Well, yeah, all my picks other than Wonder Boy was and Bonfim were underdogs.
Oh shit, that boy got the dogs barking.
The dogs seem to be barking this episode, this card.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, shit, Kev, we broke down the fights.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all for coming with us, man. Pull up to the biggest trailer park out there in Utah, because this is gonna be a great fucking fight. We got motherfucking Dustin versus
Just
motherfucking Justin. And if you didn't know, it's been the Totally Blitz podcast, you dirty mother truckers. And we gonna keep rolling with you, man. My name is Kevin Waterboy Savoy. I'm in this bitch with Paul Pickham with him country. And don't forget to tell the person behind you that he's a bitch.